Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot. Or today we are doing a community voted reading, and this is going to be on Scott Swift. So a lot of people, I've done a couple Taylor, let me rephrase. I've done a lot of Taylor Swift readings, and people are like, "You need to read her dad. You need to read her dad," because it's like everyone's got like these theories about him and how he's been instrumental in her career and her growth. So, uh, I asked, and we wildly people wanted to see and have a reading on Scott and see who is he as a person, how has he kind of been a reflection, what's kind of his impact on the career of Taylor Swift and his daughter, and see what we can kind of go from there. So, without further ado, let's get into the reading. All right, but remember, first things first. Remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my psychic downloads, thoughts, and opinions. So please use what I'm saying if you would like to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So again, it's not this. What I say is not fact. It is only my opinions. So again, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. Also, if you guys would like to support me, you can join my YouTube members down below. You get videos like this early, as well as some potential discounts for private readings, which you guys can actually do and use in where, if you would like to get those, you can get that in my you can use that description box below. Words are tongue tied this day. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this one more quick shuffle then, and then without further ado, let's get into just the general of energy of who is Scott Swift, aka, yeah, just who is he at his core. The Magician reversed. Hey, when I say focus, I mean focus. We need you to focus here. Okay? Hey, focus. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. All right. So, Magician reversed at the core of him. Uh, I see this is someone who is a swindler. This is someone who's going to use whatever means necessary to get where they need to or want to be. Why is this the case? Because the Knight of Cups, they're kind of a little bit emotionally cold. Uh, Going into Scout's energy initially, I felt prickly. I'm just like, this is a prickly person. Seeing it here, it's like I like to use whatever I can. I'll do whatever I can because I'm like almost removed from my emotions to get what I need at the end of the day. Financial influences on it because he wants to. This is a manifest. Nine of Cups is like a manifestation card. Seeing this in a financial, it's like I don't know if he's always wanted to be rich, powerful, famous. I think he was even like he had quite a bit of money before Taylor blew up. Even now, and I think after it's even bigger. So like almost like for him, it's like money is his end goal. Like he wants to be powerful. He wants to have money. He wants to have fame. He wants to have these resources available to him. His hopes and fears though is that this wasn't going to be something that hopes and fears, the Chariot reverse, not moving forward, not able to reach his goals. I almost wonder if he himself was unable to reach his goals, his dreams, his ambitions by himself, or to the scale that he wanted it to be, I should say. It's almost like what the fame, the power, the resources that he wanted available to him. Like, yes, he was a very successful person, I believe, before Taylor kind of blew up. But, like, it wasn't to the level that I think he aspired to be. It's like we could always have more. We always want more. And I think there was a fear of, like, the level that he wanted to achieve, he was unable to by himself. Unseen obstacles for him. It's the Knight of Wands reversed. Is this his son Austin? Oh. Huh. I'm gonna pull separately on this card, but I'm almost getting, so with this Knight of Wands reverse, it's like there's someone here that's like they were reckless. They didn't pan out in the way that they wanted. They They crashed and burned. I'm almost wondering if this is Taylor's brother, Austin. As I was corrected in my last reading that I did on this family, it's like his name is Austin and he's older than Taylor and he was a failed actor. I read the comments. I heard you loud and clear. I thank you all for the extra information. It's like I wonder if he tried putting his eggs into the basket of Austin and that failed. So now he had to go to Taylor. His challenges in life is he has a lot of secrets that he keeps hidden and buried at the core of himself. He has a lot of things that aren't out to the public. He keeps a lot of stuff hidden, whether that's business deals, business arrangements, that he keeps very much on the down low. I wonder if there were also, remember, alleged, I'm just speculating, spitballing here. I wonder if there were even ways that how he made his money before might have been a little bit under the table, because it's like he has a lot of stuff hidden here on like who he is and what he's done up until Taylor blew up, and then even afterwards. What's going for him is the Page of Wands. Where Austin failed him, Taylor did what she needed. Taylor was his. It's Page of Wands and a Knight of Wands. Taylor was his meal ticket. Where she blew up, where she was the fire, that passion. Also, I love that they're showing up as pages and knights here, and he's showing up as the magician, which is, yes, he can be a little bit of it's kind of like my used car salesman, snake oil salesman card, but that's also just someone who's kind of in control of the narrative and the people, places, and things around them, whether that's because of we're kind of keeping things from other people, but it's like we're a master manipulator type of energy with the kid showing up. Okay. In the past here, Three of Pentacles, business contracts, business dealings that kind of got him to where he was at. He's a very good businessman, don't get me wrong, with all these contracts and stuff that he's done. But then here in the future, we have the Six of Wands. Things are going to come crashing and burning for him, it feels like, very, very soon. Six of Wands, typically when it's upright, it's about a victory. You're being seen as the winner, victorious, being loud, proud, in charge. People are seeing you and celebrating you, seeing it reversed. In this context, I am almost seeing it as like we're going to see him lose big. We're going to see his pride, his ego, and all the nasty things that are kind of hidden underneath the surface. It's like what's being shown is his ego, which for some people's egos, okay, they can be a little bit humble. This man is not humble. This man will brag. This man will showcase his victories that are not his own, and people are going to be like, oh, why are you saying or doing that? And it feels like we're having a crashing and burning moment here where, yeah, he came out victorious, but the means in which he did so were not good. An example of this is like, oh, you know how you have, I don't want to be disrespectful, in that way. How do I want to put this? I know that's the example that you guys are giving me, but I don't want, okay, here's what I'm going to say. You know how governments will like send their people to war? And when those soldiers come back, if like people didn't agree with that war, great example of this was like the Vietnam War. When the soldiers came back from the Vietnam War, many people looked down on them. They were not celebrated. They were seen as, sometimes in many cases by people, monsters. Even though those soldiers themselves, if we think about it, they were conscripted into this. Many of them were drafted into it from an American perspective. Did many of them want to be there? No. But they were seen as monsters even though they were forced into that. So that's kind of the vibe it feels like, is that like, yeah, they did all their shady-ish things and then they're coming back, but people aren't agreeing with them. But in this case, it's like he's the government, where it's like, oh, you did this what some people like to call a wonderful thing, and then like they come back. And don't get me wrong, like I I fully support my veterans. I have several family members who are veterans, some that were in the Vietnam War, some that were in the Korean War, and like they to me they did a service to this country. But am I going to put blame on them for something that they were drafted into from the United States government, whether or not we believed in that war or not? No, because they are human beings at the end of the day, and many of them did not even want to be there. So, okay, off that soapbox. Okay. So, what other information can we get here about Mr. Scott and just who is he? We have the Empress reversed. He is not a nurturing person. I don't even know if he has an emotional bone in his body. Whoops, did that come out? My opinions here. Five of Swords. Yeah, we have the energy of who he has been is who he is now. Has there been any change? Has there been any transformation? Is he going to actually be... Okay, so Five of Swords typically is all about, like, okay, so you've, like, in this case, it would be like you've lost because it's reversed. That's the typical meaning of the Five of Swords. In this one, I always see as like a butterfly transformation just because of the imagery on it. So it's like this person isn't transforming. This person is not growing. This person is not changing. Along with the Ace of Swords, I get to lie my way to where I need to be. He's not a very truthful person. Great at business, awesome, but he's just not a good person. Ace of Cups, he is so detached from people emotionally. Like, if people want, and this is just my opinions on the man, but again, it doesn't feel like he has an emotional bone in his body, because he prefers to keep to himself and not engage with others unless it's for like a business transaction or it's like a transactional relationship. There's not a lot of emotions with him. With the Hermit card even like centering all of this, it's like he kind of keeps to himself. I don't think a lot of people know his motivations, who he is, what he does. I think I don't know if he got, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he getting remarried to Andrea, who was his former wife, so now they're getting back together? Like, I'm just seeing this as like I don't even know if she knows who he is. His kids don't for sure know who he is, because it's like he doesn't let anyone know who he is. He keeps to himself so very much that like he's not an emotional person. Everything's a transaction with him. Everything's a transaction where it's like you do something for me and then I'll do something for you, and that's kind of the basis of how he does his relationships, in my opinion here. All right, so that's just his general energy. I want to see what's this loss, what's this big moment he's got coming up here with I want to see what that's all about. And then I want to go into his relation, and then, yeah, I just want to see what is this upcoming loss or, like, egg on his face kind of moment coming up. Because that feels, yeah. And like I said, we're just going through who he kind of is at his core. Yeah. So, let's just see. What is this Six of Wands upcoming? What's this egg on his face moment? Because it feels like he's getting some egg on his face. Huh. Odd. Yeah. But thank you everyone who voted in that poll. I try and put one up every Sunday. Typically, it came out on Monday this past time. I apologize. But I try putting one up every week. And then we do one video where everyone in the community votes. So I really appreciate it. And if you guys have like suggestions or anything, I highly recommend putting them in that community tab poll, or you can put them underneath the videos here. I try and get to everyone. I can't remember all of them sometimes, but if you guys see even like a video or video suggestion in the comments, like that comment too down there, wherever that is, because that just lets me know that, hey, you guys like that suggestion, and you guys would like to see that. So I really appreciate it. All right. So let's see. What is this egg on his face, Six of Wands moment coming here for Mr. Swift? Scott. The World. This is a new cycle for him, or something new is starting up for him, or something new that we haven't thought about is coming up. Why is this the Page of Swords? Someone's speaking up. There's It's like someone's speaking, someone's saying something about him, or maybe his business practices coming up, or just who he is as a person. Um, Financial influences on this, because someone didn't get Five of Cups reversed. Someone's getting cut off here from money or something. Something's coming out about, I don't know if something's coming out about him, but it does feel like there's a faux pas or some sort of like a shady moment from this. And it's like he's almost getting cut off. Why I say that Five of Cups reversed, it's like, okay, we're moving on from certain situations when it comes from financial influences on this. It's like we're moving on. Moving on to this next phase. So it's like wherever we were doing, however we were doing something before, whether this is a contract, whether these are verbal agreements, whether these were previous transactions, like these transactions are no longer the same. And now we have to start new ones. Maybe this is a new business contract. Maybe these are new business agreements, or just new agreements in general. It's like, this is how I want you to act around me, and this is how I'm going to act around you. This is how we've done it in the past, but now we need to change it. Hopes and fears here, the King of Swords. He's able to talk his way out of certain situations, seen as the big, strong man in the situation. I also didn't notice that there were crows on this one. And this is showing the god of Odin. So, like, this is, like, the ruler of his kingdom. This is what he wants. This is his hope. It's like, I'm seen as the ruler of my kingdom. I am the one. He's not the emperor, though. So, it makes me feel that with the King of Swords versus the Emperor, this makes me feel like there's more business or legal or red tape that is kind of being invoked on during this time. It's like whatever arrangements or transactional relationships that are starting new here with this egg on his face, it's like because they're starting something new, or they're attempting to start something new here, and he wants to like tie it up in a nice legal bow, nice legal agreements, and he's kind of like the victor in some way, shape, or form. Also, I love that there's this little detail of, if you can see, like within the runes around the god of Odin, you can see all this red in like the runes, which makes me feel like he wants to tie some things up in red tape, to make things difficult or sticky to get out of. Unseen obstacles, though. The Hierophant, commitment, marriage, getting together, agreements. Someone doesn't want to agree with this, because that's the unseen obstacles. This is an agreement, or previously thought about things, or previous contracts, previous commitments. Is he trying to get someone? Is this with his current marriage? Because he's getting remarried, or they have been remarried. Is this about his ex-wife, now wife again? I'm hearing no. Okay. Huh. That's odd, because it's like the unseen obstacles is these commitments, these other people. People are committing to other things. He's also not getting the prize, because this is the white stag. Oh boy, I don't remember all of the lore to the white stag. I apologize, but like what I'm seeing here, it's like it's making me feel like, okay, this is the hunt. This is the great being. This is the one that kind of like we all look up to in a way. And like, I wonder if that's Taylor. No, there's some sort of commitment here that's kind of causing, or marriage, or agreements, or higher powers that be, because like the Hierophant can also be government agencies, or like the big man on top, and that's kind of causing issues for him. The challenge here is the Queen of Swords. What? Or he's the King of Swords. That's Andrea. Yeah. So maybe this is his like new agreement, new marriage, maybe new thing that's kind of got going for him. But like his wife now is causing maybe some challenges for him, or like maybe is saying something, or someone else is saying something. But like Queen of Swords, King of Swords, when I see, and with the Page of Swords here, I'm just waiting for the Knight of Swords to show up and we have the whole family. Uh, but this is, it's like with whatever is going on with the egg in the face here. Because remember, this is Scott's energy and how he sees everyone in the family. He sees himself as the king, the wife as the queen, his daughter is the page, his knight is the, and his son is the knight. Oh gosh. And it's also not lost on me that he's sitting up there in the corner all by himself and his wife and daughter are down here. So maybe this is something to do with Taylor's career, what's going on, and the wife isn't agreeing with what he has to say because around like commitments or like agreements that are kind of going on. What's going for him though is that he's kind of just, this is something brand new for him. I think this might be maybe a new business venture or a new angle of which we can diversify our income. Here in the past is the Seven of Swords. There are accusations coming out against him that he has defended himself against in the past, that he's hidden himself away from and he's kind of skirted around. But then here in the future is the Nine of Wands. People are going to be seeing past. People are seeing past what's been being presented to them. Okay, so again, this deck operates a little bit differently. So if you do tarot, Nine of Wands, typically when it's upright, is like you're walking on eggshells. You're defending you're like you're waiting for the next thing to come in. Nine of Wands reversed can have a few meanings. Typically it's like, oh, you are now kind of stepping out from behind and like we're stepping out from behind the wall that we've made, or we could be putting ourselves behind even further. In this deck, I see it as we're now kind of lifting the veil of things that have kind of come out. We're lifting the veil. The imagery is coming. What we have been shown is no longer. Why is that? So we can look at this wonderful card, and it's a little goat man, essentially showing this person in front of them what they want them to see. Seeing it reversed, I see this as we're breaking free from that control of this person, and what's been shown to us, what's been told to us, we are now not seeing it that way. So I think we're going to be seeing Scott here in a very different light, maybe with things that he's trying to do or accomplish. And now we get to see them for what they truly are because the veil is being lifted. Okay. And that's what I'm seeing here for this egg in the face moment. It's almost like he's trying something and he fails. And he fails pretty hard. Maybe that's to try to get more control over someone. It's like, I want to start a new control method here. And it's like, he's not being allowed to. Okay. And I think it might be with Taylor, considering the page showed up. Okay, so next I want to see when it comes to Mr. Scott and what were his like intentions, kind of just starting off with Taylor here. Really early on when he wanted Taylor to be a big superstar in the singing and everything. What was his intentions there? Because if I remember correctly, he bought quite a bit of her albums, if I'm not mistaken, with like his own money to help like boost her numbers or success or something. Allegedly, I think that's been confirmed. Correct me in the comments if it's not. Because something really interesting about me. Like, I remember when Taylor's first albums came out, and I remember playing them on like the jukebox at different places. And it's like, it was the old CD jukebox yet, where like they had the old, like you put the CDs in and then you pick the track, and then like that's how they did it. It wasn't any of these digital ones. Like I remember the ones when they came out on CDs. So yeah. But like that's where I first remember hearing Taylor Swift. Like was on those old CD jukebox. Alright. So let's just see, what was his intentions when he was kind of helping out his daughter to be, yeah, what was his intention? So do you think that this was going to blow up as big as it was? So the Three of Cups, he wanted to help out. This was actually from a like more emotional place. I think he did want to be a helper in this form for Taylor, to just help her out, get her a leg up. Why is this? The Two of Cups. Because when I say he's unemotional, yeah, I think that's how he portrays himself. But he actually love his little girl here with the Two of Cups upright? At that point in time, he did. Yes. Yes, because like, I want to do this because I love you. Three of Cups, I want to help you out uh, in an emotional way. Why is this? Because I love you. Because I wanted to see you succeed. Financial influences on the situation. Like, I want to do this financially. It's like, I'm going to detach from how much this is costing me financially with the King of Cups. It's like, I'm going to spend as much money as I can to have my little girl feel like she's succeeding. Like, in this intention that I'm setting, like, he actually did, in like at this very beginning stage, like, did he really care about her success from like an emotional perspective? Yes. I wasn't expecting that. um Hopes and fears here, this is going to be a financial loss for him, that this wasn't going to be panning out, but he wanted his little girl to succeed. He really, really did at this point in time. Unseen obstacles. It's the Two of Wands. They had to go do some different things when it came. Like, we had to refine the process, or we had to think a little bit differently than what we had known before, especially with this Two of Wands. It's like, we need to see the bigger picture here. Because it's like, at that point in time when they were doing it, it's at this initial stage. It's like, we did not have the full picture of what we were doing. We were only doing this for like an album. They were just getting their feet wet in this industry. They didn't have all the kinks worked out, or they didn't have the plan set. The challenge here, it's the Lovers. I don't think him and his wife maybe agreed on this step or whatever he did with this Lovers card here, because it does feel like there might have been, it's like, you're committing pretty hard to this. Why are we doing this? Because like, again, there's a lot of emotions in love. Like, I'm not seeing any pentacle cards other than this is just gonna, like, I'm afraid this is gonna be like a really big financial loss. But all the intentions here, very emotion based, very emotionally sound and savvy. What was going for them is the Judgment. They were able to So what was going for them is the Judgment card reversed, which is, people weren't really seeing everything that was going on behind the scenes right away. They were just seeing the numbers. They were seeing how people were reacting. They were seeing how people were falling in love with Taylor and her music at this point in time. And they weren't seeing like the behind the scenes or Scott's impact at that time. So that's kind of like, that's what was going for this situation, is they didn't see Scott's impact behind having Taylor be really big. It was essentially like they were able to have her be as big as she needed to be in where she wanted to be, because they didn't see his influence behind it. Here in the past, the Page of Swords reversed. I don't know if this is something that was forced on Taylor. I don't think it was, but it does feel like there was maybe some misdirection, or things kind of were said, or it's almost like what they were saying and what they were doing were two different things. So I wonder, within like the intentions of what Scott was doing at this point in time, it's like he said he was going to do one thing but then did another, whether that's like talking to different people or buying more albums than what he said he did, or inflating numbers and more. But here in the future with that was like that Ten of Pentacles. He did make some enemies, I think, at this time within the industry, when he did kind of inflate some numbers and stuff. He got him and Taylor and the whole family into the industry. That's kind of a no-brainer here. However, I think he's made quite a few enemies in doing so, especially with that Ten of Pentacles reversed. It makes me feel that like he's still seen as an outsider in this industry. He's not in it. He's in it, but he's not a part of it, if that makes any sense. So it's like he's made enemies, and where people, I think, haven't allowed Scott himself to be this big, powerful person. He's kind of been tampered down, where he's kind of just been put into like this Taylor corner instead of in his own type of corner. I don't know if if he's tried maybe setting up his own studios, or if he tried doing investments in different companies, and people just wouldn't let him, because that's what it kind of feels like here, is like he wanted to be more involved, he wants to have more investments, he wants to do more here, but because of how he did things before, or who he talked to, or who he made mad, he wasn't allowed, or he wasn't allowed in on maybe other artists, or growing in this industry and how he might have wanted to. Okay, very interesting here. I did not expect this at all. So, but yeah, it seems like he just really wanted Taylor to succeed. From just his little girl, he wanted her to succeed. Uh, really, that's really what it looks like. Not financially motivated. Like, his intentions when they first started out were to not be like, he didn't want to be this big mogul. It was more along the lines of, I just want to see my little girl succeed. Like, okay, awesome. That's what I see. So, okay. So, can I see, so that's where the intentions starting off. Let's see what his intentions are now. And then I think I'm probably going to end it up there. Like, what are his intentions now? Because I think he's still heavily involved with Taylor's career and everything. So, like, what are his intentions now? So, let's just see what that is. And again, if you guys really enjoy this video, or have other suggestions of videos you would like to see, let me know by liking this video. Leave a comment down below. If you let me know your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Subscribe to the channel if you would like. I have a ton of Taylor readings, and I'm going to try and remember to link that playlist down below if you guys would like to go and check that out. Otherwise, I have a ton of other readings just on people in pop culture, YouTubers, some unsolved true crime cases. I have done some stuff on TikTok. If you guys have anything you want me to read on TikTok, let me know. I can do that as well. And yeah. So I'm going to give this one more big shuffle here. And then let's look at Scott's intentions currently, within this career that Taylor's having, and kind of end it there. Yeah. Because who Scott was X amount of years ago and who he is now feels like two different people from that vibe check that I was getting. His intentions now, the Empress card upright. Nurturing, being kind of like ushering in this next wave, being like a support network for other people. Why is this? The Justice card upright. Because I want to make the right decisions. I want to do right. I want to do right, make the right decisions on my terms. Financial influences on this, because I want to be able to give back. Hopes and fears here is that I'm not going to be able to move forward with things that I've done in my past, or like I'm not able to move forward with where I'm going. Unseen obstacles is the Nine of Wands. I'm not able to see past things that have been shown to me. I'm not able to see the truth behind situations. I'm not able to take responsibility for my own actions. The challenges here is looking at things from a different perspective, or seeing the bigger picture. What's going for him is, I am committed to what I want. Here in the past is the Queen of Swords. And in the future, the Ten of Pentacles reversed. You saw me shuffle. I don't know if he's getting another. So, looking at this spread, what I got to my mind is, I want grandchildren. Don't know why. That's what I got. It's like, I want grandchildren. I want to live right. I want to be nurturing. I want to usher in this next generation, this next wave of these people. Why is this? Because I want to make the right decisions now moving forward. I want to do what's right. Financial influences, I'm ready to give back to other people. I'm ready to give back to the people that I've put into. An emotional offering. I'm not detached from my emotions anymore. However, he has a reputation. He has people that like are known. He is known. He has things that are like people do know about him. And it's like that reputation that he has might not be the best. Because he's not able to see maybe the part that he's played in things. He's not able to see maybe a reality of the situation because he isn't seeing the bigger picture here on the impact that his words, thoughts, feelings, and transactional relationships that he's had has impacted others. However, he is committed to this next generation, his goals, his ideals, what he wants. And I think this actually comes from his wife, where his wife is like, well, we want this. We need, like, what can we do to have grandchildren? What can we do to have a happy, long-standing family? Because here within the Ten of Pentacles, reversed in the future, it does make me feel like this family unit is maybe breaking down a little bit. Ten of Pentacles reversed, yeah, it's always been my industry card. However, the traditional meaning of the Ten of Pentacles is like, what's your long-standing legacy? What's your long-standing legacy of your family? Where is it 2 generations down the road? And it feels like, well, what generation? They want a new generation, but they don't see a new generation of the Swift family kind of coming forward. I don't know if Austin, I think he's married. I don't know if they're planning on having children. Taylor, I know, has been having some struggles with finding a long-term partner. And I know everyone just wants to see her happy and in love. And I mean, most people, I think, just wants to see everyone happy with people around them, right? And that's what it feels like here in Scott's, like, intentions here coming up is like, I want to know what this next generation or the next future of the Swifts is going to be. And I don't think he sees it. Because, yeah, hard work here, other information. The 3 of Swords, we're healing from heartbreak or things that we've done in the past. The Star, things that have kind of, it's like our ego's gotten in, it's not even that our ego's gotten in the way, but it's like our projections or like it's like what we've done for fame has kind of crashed and burned. I see it as like a falling star because the time, energy, and effort that we've put into things hasn't maybe come to fruition in how we wanted it to, and pulling it all together is the Tower. Their actions, or it feels like with Scott's intentions here, kind of moving forward, is that like it's like he's now whatever he's watered or what he hasn't watered isn't coming up, and his actions have kind of, it's like he knows his actions have done it, but he's not like accepting his actions, or his thoughts or his feelings have kind of caused maybe, I really do think they want grandchildren. I'm hearing a very clear yes in my head. And I think they want to know what this next generation is going to be. They want to know what the next generation of Swifts are, or who they're going to be. They want to spend time. They want to have that family, that legacy. And I don't think they see it, or they aren't seeing that coming to fruition anytime soon, because those aren't the pieces that were watered. Those weren't the plants or the resources or things that were watered. What was watered was the other things, the career, the success, the fame, the fortune. And that's what's going to be going forward, because that's what was told, that's what was nurtured. Not the we want you to have a family and have this legacy and these happy, loving people around you. That wasn't nurtured. That wasn't watered. Those weren't the things that they wanted to have focused on. And I think that's kind of the transition. It feels like from like the older Swift family is kind of wanting to do now, and we're just not at that point. So that's what I'm seeing here. If you guys would enjoy this, feel free, leave a like button, hit that like button, see the like button, subscribe if you would so like to do so. I really appreciate all the engagement, as it really helps the channel grow, as well as if you guys want to become a member to see videos like this early and to get discounts as well as other cool, interesting things here for the channel. It's only $3 a month. And then also, if you guys would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. So I want to thank you all so very, very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So bye.